Okay, so here is the beginning of the games room. Here is the property of Area 51. I think that sticker's been on there for, oh my god, it must be maybe about 14 years, somewhere in there. And so yeah, here we are in the games room. And I think what I'll do is I'll give you an overview of the games room, and then we'll go check out a lot of the details around it. So just first in, I'll have a look at this right here. This is so funny. This is my Final Fantasy XI poster, and I got this just before the game came out. I was so excited about it. It's a Hong Kong knockoff poster I got in my local Johan Center, and I put that up, and I was always so happy to have it. It's still up to this day. It's been so many years. It's quite amazing. So, okay, so we're just gonna wander in here. So when you walk in, let's look down. There's the table. That's the table that we always sit on the floor. Yes, everybody, we sit on the floor. And it just made a lot of sense when I was starting the show, and I put in these two IKEA shelves right here. And I was like, yeah, the funny thing is it made more sense because I had a table, and the table I had was short. And so I think I based everything around the fact that I had a short table. Too funny. So anyways, here's all the games, and then to the side here, this is my lighting setup. So that light I've got over to the side there, that horrible lamp, that's just turned on to give me some kind of side lighting. But these are my main lights right here, and also there's where the microphone is usually attached to. I've attached it to the camera externally right now, and watch this. We're gonna go around, and here is the other huge light, and I've raised this one up so we could see a little bit of the game collection when I go around. But here we go again, down, here we go. I'm gonna go down to what I see when I do the show. Right across from me is a tripod, and usually the camera is sitting on that tripod, and that's what I talk into. And I have usually a light on this side, and then a light on this side a little bit lower. And right behind that is the television, and I hook the camera into the TV to check my lighting. So that's where I play a lot of my games, is on this TV, a lot of retro games, stuff like that. And yeah, so this room is used quite a lot. A lot of people realize one thing about the room is that it's really small. People who have come to visit, and they're like, oh, I can't wait to see the games room. They're like, oh, it's so quaint. It's not really a big room. It's, I think, an illusion, just the way the show is set up, with me and Rob at times sitting at this table. And we have this wall of games where that's really all there is to it. Now let's stand up. Over here is, I added these years later. This all got set up around 7 or 8 years ago now. And yeah, I had to build these extra shelves, and we'll get into all the details of this in a little bit. So I'm just giving you a once around in the room here. And so here's the TV. Here's usually where the tripod is, and then down here is just closet space. And I'll take you around over to see this bit here. Right here, look at that. It's an old Nintendo GameCube poster. That's so funny. It was in the old Future Shops up here in Canada. Now, right in here in the closet, all it is, and I'll take us in here one day, is totes and totes full of old video game magazines and VHS tapes that I just can't bear to get rid of. So, yeah, I'll just come down here, and we'll have a look this way at everything. So, yeah, over here is a lot of game stuff, and it's a lot of Blu-rays and DVDs and my old systems, a lot of my old systems and stuff like that. So, if you come over to like something like this right here, I'll do details of this in a bit. But there's my Chrono Cross clock, and yeah, there's the dragon from Skyrim. That was for the special edition. It's been there for quite a few years now as well. So, yeah, we'll get to all the details later. So, let's go back to the beginning of the room and where we started off, and we'll go into detail with everything. So as we walk in, here is the Street Fighter machine, and I've told everybody I got this for $50 back in the day, which was a steal. And Rob, for Christmas a bunch of years ago, bought me Kadash. So Kadash is running on this. I don't have it plugged in. I plug it in right down there. That's usually where the plug is. I just thought I'd turn it off for doing this video, but and as we kind of go up here, There's Johnny Millennium. That was from the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. That was a, after we did the, panel, that was sitting there for us, and it was, we each had our name on it. We're like, oh my god, we have our names professionally printed out. We couldn't believe it. It was really funny. So I put that up there just for now. Right there is the Final Fight press kit. I've shown that before, and look at this to the right. It's just a collection of beers. Like look at some of this. This Pete Nior right here. The reason why I got that, look at it. It looks like Shadowgate. You see the dungeon there, and there's like a monster lurking in the back there. I thought it was really good. The beer was okay, not really my thing. And this was a beer I had last Christmas, and I liked it so much. It's called Bah Humbug, Christmas Cheer. It was such an excellent Christmas beer. I had to get that and put it up there. And I have, oh look at this, got a Sonic Boom energy drink, I think that is, for Guile. And it was really nice, some kid a long time ago, must be about 6 or 7 years ago, created that little Triforce pillow thing, and they sent it to me, and I just had to add it to the collection up there, because I just thought, wow, it's such a nice thing for somebody to do. And over here is the Iron Maiden Trooper beer. I had to throw that up. Oh, and there's my Fatal Fury hat. I love wearing that hat if I ever get a chance to wear it. And look up here, this is an interesting little item. This is a Fire Emblem, the Sacred Stones for Game Boy Advance. But what is it? It's a huge fake box that was created for a Toys R Us display. And I went in and I bugged them when the game first came out. I said, please, can I put my name on this? I would really, really love this. I love Fire Emblem. And you know what? They did that for me. And they don't usually do that anymore, I noticed. So, and just down there is the Street Fighter Alpha 2 poster, a really favorite game of ours. Oh, and there's the puppet there. Can we see that? That's from Lunar. And Metal Gear Revengeance in the back there as well. So, okay, let's start off with the game shelves here. Well, let's do the top here. We got Steel Battalion, a fantastic game on the Xbox, a very hard game on the Xbox, let me say. And to the right there's the old Nintendo GameCube box and the Xbox Elite box. A lot of old boxes at the top, just taking up the room here. Let's have a see. We got the Wii box, the Xbox 360 HD DVD player. I got a lot of use out of that. Not, unfortunately. The PC Engine Super Graphics. I love that being up there. That's a really wonderful thing. And we got a Game Doctor up there of all things as well. I wonder if I can zoom in a little bit on that. I certainly can. And the Hori slime controller stand there. And yeah, we got a DS XL up there. And a PlayStation 3 box and a PlayStation 2 box. Let's just do some zoom in here. And so from here is the Easebooks 1 and 2 complete. And this is something Rob bought me for Christmas years ago, and it was a really big surprise. It's an actual book of Ys, which is so cool. And to the left of that is the PlayStation 2 version of Ys, was it? Is that Eternal Story? Yeah, it's Ys Eternal Story, books 1 and 2. Kim got that for me, and I guess Pete Dorr helped her pick that one out, so very, very cool. That blew me away. I was like, wow, I can't believe you got that. And right, look at that. That's cool. Mother 3, the handbook for Mother 3, created by Fangamer years ago. Unfortunately, it's one of the defective ones where they got a few of the pages mixed up, but I never sent it in to get a new one, which is unfortunate, but yeah. And here's something that Rob brought me back from Japan. It's a sample bomb from Bomberman. And under here we got Sega Gaga on the Dreamcast, the special edition. Wonderful stuff there. And we got Persona 2 on the PSP. What else do we got in here? Oh, here we go. I don't know why I put the GameCube on its own up there. I think when I started the show, I just wanted to fill up the shelf a little bit, and I've never taken it down. That's really funny. That's always been up there. And oh, look at that. To the left is Final Fantasy XI, the hard drive. That was for the PlayStation 2. So you could play online. You needed the big hard drive space to play back in the day. And just above that is just some DS games that are awesome. And oh my god, it's Shenmue 2. And this is so funny. These have been here for 7 years nearly. A lot of them. A lot of Xbox 360 games. I don't know. I just put them on the top shelf there. Never took them down. And let's go up here. We got a couple of Saturn games. X-Men vs. Street Fighter. We got the Dungeons and Dragons. Let's zoom out a little bit there. Dungeons and Dragons on the Saturn, which is a great Capcom game. Soul Calibur 4, and let's just kind of zoom in a little bit here. Look at this. This is interesting. My little Zelda collection here. Hyrule Fantasy and Hyrule Fantasy character. Oh, look at that great 8-bit version of the Castlevania character. That is awesome. And let's go down here. Okay, now we're into Neo Geo games. You'll have to bear with me. It's very hard to hold this camera, talk, and do perfect zoom-ins and everything. This is my small collection of Neo Geo games. I have a few more games on the other shelf, but these are some of my favorites. We got Magician Lord, Burning Fight, NAM 1975, Baseball Stars 1 and 2, Samurai Showdown, Art of Fighting, World Heroes 2, what else we got in? Fatal Fury Special, and King of Fighters 94 to the far left there. And here we go. Look at this. A few of my TurboGrafx games are over here. Some of the old classics. Cosmic Fantasy 2, Newtopia, and a couple of zillion games there. Good old Dragon Slayer. And look at this. This is interesting. This is Forgotten Worlds on the PC Engine, and it came with its own Avenue pad. It's a PC Engine like pad that you can play the game on. It came bundled together. And right under there is the Super Graphics games that I own. So, and we'll just kind of go to the to the right here. We got the PSP games here. There's a lot of PSP games. And you know what gets me, guys? It's so funny is that it's all out of order. I'm the first to say. It's like we got DS games with PSP games with UMDs with Skyrim there, and then some of the old Game Boy games. A lot of the old Game Boy games, and then we cut right into here. We got Lunar for the Sega CD and Popful Mail, which is just great stuff. And we'll just cut down here. Do a general of this. This is all my PlayStation games and a lot of my PlayStation 2 games and a lot of my GameCube games as well. There's a lot of really great old classics in here. Yeah. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles and oh my god, it's Romancing Saga. Yeah, a couple of Wii games in there as well snuck in there, and I'm gonna go out here. Just bear with me for a second. And we're gonna. This is some of my strategy guides. There's a lot of strategy guides going on in here. These are what I built up over the years. These are just ones that when I used to buy an RPG, I'd always buy the strategy guide. I didn't really officially need it, but I officially wanted it because I just thought it was it was a complete thing for me. I wouldn't just buy an RPG and not buy the strategy guide. It felt like it came together. It was a bundle. It was something I had to do. So there's a lot of really great books in here. There's a lot of, I could do another episode on all of this alone. And I think I will one day because there's some really cool ones in here. We got Devil Summoner, Rogue Galaxy, Lost Odyssey. Yeah, there's the official Xenogears strategy guide. Saga Frontier 2, Perfect Works is a very beautiful book. And yeah, look at that. There's a lot of stuff going on in here. Oh, look at this. And this is, get out of the way of the light there. I don't know if I can see this. Here's for Game Boy Advance. This was a mini version. Look at that. I can see that. Of Hyrule Fantasy that was released years and years ago. Now, and okay, we're going to go down on one knee. My arms are kind of giving out, but we'll keep on going here. These are a lot of my Super Nintendo games right here. So a lot of fan favorites for me. Mystical Ninja, F-Zero, Star Fox, Final Fantasy 2. Yeah, and then we get into some Genesis games as well. Truck's Dawn, really great game. Crusader Sentai, right there. And Super Street Fighter 2. I don't know. I mean, maybe I should put a better game in there for sure. We got some of the Lunar Strikes games. Earthlight, that's a sequel. UN Squadron, Might and Magic, my most hated game on the Genesis. I hate that game. Illicit Dragoon, a very, very good game. Not a lot of people talk about it, but it's a gem, I would say, on the Genesis or on the Mega Drive. You should check that one out. Far East of Eden on the Super Famicom, love that. Demon's Crest, yeah, we know we like that. And Mega Man X. And just so you guys know, the boxes are old on some of them, so they're already kind of, not doing so well. And up here, don't know why, but I got Vermilion, the Japanese version. Ghouls and Ghosts, Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy III, Lagoon, Secret of Mana, Zelda, obviously, and the Seventh Saga Classic, and Kadash on the Genesis. My favorite version of Kadash. Don't ask me why, I like it. It was the first one I beat. And what we got here? We got Musha, Soul Blazer, Zelda, Link to the Past, Super Mario RPG, Super Metroid, Arcana. Arcana's a bit of a classic game. It's not one that I love, but it's one that I played back in the day, where it's an RPG where you play, where you use cards. Cards are your battle system. It's one of those for sure. So there's my original Sword of Vermilion and Mystic Quest. Great game, that classic game, and Ninja Warriors. And we keep going down. Oh my god, it's Dynamite fucking Ducks! And under that is Final Zone. The prequel, I guess you want to call it, to Final Zone 2. ActRaiser, look at these. I got all these from Game Deals. I put this in an episode not too long ago. I got a pristine copy of Mystic Quest, Luffy, Illusion of Gaia, Brainlord, Paladin's Quest, and ActRaiser. What a great game that is. Gary's. I always pronounce it Gary. I guess it's Gary's. Garaz. I don't know. I always call it Gyres. I always pronounce things the way I pronounce them at times. Because I was playing these games back before I could talk to anybody, before I knew what they would really be about. And this is a big one I love. I did, my top 10 strategy RPGs on console. Warsong was there. And Warsong is a real classic strategy game. It's called Langrissa in Japan. A real big favorite. And we got some Street Fighter going on. We got some Fire Emblems going on. The Japanese version of Lagoon, because I am a sucker for punishment. Oh wow, look at that! We got another copy of Illicit Dragoon there. That's so funny. Do I have 2 copies of Illicit Dragoon, or did I already? I'm having a look back on where I did it. Oh no! Look at that! I do have 2 copies. I got one there. And one. I didn't know I had 2 copies of that. Oh, that's a bonus. That's so funny. Because I got a bunch of used Genesis games off a friend of mine, and I think that was one of them. I think this one's a little bit faded. That's right, it is. Oh, it's been a long time since I saw that. Shining Force 2, great game. Herzog Zui, a favorite game of my friend Andrew. He used to play that all the time. And Street Fighter Pad here. We got a little bit of Willow action going on here. And this is just random games here going on. Road Avenger, Super Thunderblade. Yeah, we got a lot of Genesis games in this mix right here. Another copy of Shenmue going on here, yeah. These are a lot of my original games that my friend gave me. Like Forgotten Worlds and Ghouls and Ghosts, like a lot of the classics, and Altered Beast and Golden Axe. These are a lot of the games that I played at my friend's place back in like 1989. And he let me have them years later. He had a family. He's like, I don't need this stuff anymore. I don't care. And to some people, they don't care about this stuff, and for other people like myself, I really do care. So I was like, hey, yeah, I'll it's come to a good home, and that it really has. So okay, to the right, this is just a bunch of movies. A lot of stuff going on here. A bunch of movies. I got the Pat Labor movies on DVD when those were the best versions to get, and Bubblegum Crisis up there. And let's just get in here. Let's just get the heck in here. Okay. Yeah, we got a Link to the Past, the Japanese version. Budokan. Oh my goodness. A game from my childhood that I loved, but I hate it. It's just one of those types of games. And off to the right here is the Valkyria Chronicles art book. And art books for Final Fantasy 13. I remember picking those back up in the day. And there's a strategy guide for, I can't know if you can see it, Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword in there. And yes, let's have a see here. This is my little Neo Geo PS2 collection, so I'll have a look here. The Art of Fighting Collection, Fatal Fury, Battle Archives 1 and 2, World Heroes Anthology, Neo Geo Battle Coliseum, not a bad game, and Neo SNK Arcade Classics Volume 1. Interesting. I still have those. I had to have the complete collection of those, and it's just so funny. My shelves are so out of order. I like them this way. Don't ask me why. I like the randomness. It makes it more fun. It's like I discovered things. Like, look at this. It's like Castlevania Symphony of the Night over here. Right next to it is the... People have asked me about this over the years, and I'm just going to say it to them. You know, Ys Books 1 and 2 on the DS is not a great game. I don't care what anybody says. It's not great stuff. So, if you're looking to start with these, don't start with that one. Get that later on. And, oh, you got... Ehrgeiz and Einhander, some classic games. Ehrgeiz not so much. Einhander big time, great shooter. We got Infinite Space going on here. Can you see that? And to the right is like the collector's edition of Street Fighter 4 when it first came out. And another Sega Saturn game here. Oh, a good Sega Saturn game. Policenauts. We gotta love that stuff. And what we got there? Oh, Nocturne. Oof, that's a pretty cool, awesome game. And I'm just going to move this a little bit other way. I'm going to put it on the floor here. And there's some PSP games I really love a lot, as well as Ys 7, Ys Othen Felgana. You got to play that. Ys Books 1 and 2 Chronicles. That's a good place to start with Ys. I'd say that one. All right. And let's go up here. And there's Earthbound, an absolutely classic game. I love it. And a lot of these are my PlayStation 1 games, like Final Fantasy VII, Street Fighter Alpha, Suikoden, you know, Parasite Eve 2, and then we got, Seaman, Caution Seaman. Love that game. I play that game every fucking day after work. Lunar 1 and 2 on the PlayStation 1, Wild Arms, Tobal. Nobody ever talks about that anymore. It was a really good fighter by Square back in the day, and nobody, you know, designs by Akira Toriyama. Classic stuff. Chrono Cross, Xenogears, Grandia, Final Fantasy VIII. Classic stuff. Resident Evil 2. Oh, I hate that game. Don't give me a sequel or HD remake to that game. I would hate that. What else we got here? Skies of Arcadia, Resident Evil 3, Nemesis. And yeah, we got some Star Ocean, the second story. I gotta admit, I'm not a huge Star Ocean fan. I like the games. I got a lot of friends of mine that do really like them, but I'm not crazy on it. But I tell you a game I'm crazy about, Beyond the Beyond. The lighting here is always so hard to do. Above that is the Nomad. I'll do a review on that one day, maybe. It's a battery eater. It's just a battery eater. It's a portable Genesis battery eater. It's ridiculous. It really is. And, the Digital Devil Saga box, the deluxe box set right here. Yeah, this is great to get for a collection, to put all the games in there. Very nice. Persona 3 and Persona 3 Faz, very cool. Right there. Yeah, so that's the main video game shelf, and I'm just gonna go over here. Over here, we got a Virtual Boy up there, a control set for Super Nintendo, a Zone of the Enders Collector's Edition. Jesus. And all these right here, I'm just gonna kind of go down. These are all movies. These are all just DVD movies. And right here, this is interesting. This is just under everything. Right here, this is like an old Commodore monitor. It's the first monitor that I ever saw Phantasy Star and, you know, all my classic Sega Master System games. They were all being played on this monitor. And my friend Brian, who owns Game Deals, was like, he's like, yeah, he's like, he had tons of these. And he's like, yeah, you want it? I'll give it to you for $20. I'm like, oh my God, yeah. And you know what I did one night? I set up my Master System and I played Phantasy Star on the original Commodore monitor, and it looked great. Let me say that these monitors are really something else. Really something else. And here's something I never get a chance to talk about, and I'm really upset. I emailed the guy back, and he never emailed me back. He gave these to me. Like, I just want to show you what these are. They're video game stands. Isn't this the coolest thing ever? So when I'm doing a review or something, I put the stand there, and I can put a game on there. That's the best thing ever. Look at that. And he was selling these, and I'd love to prop him because he sent these to me. He's like, oh, I thought you really get some use out of them. And let me tell you, my friend, if you're watching this, please send me a message. I've gotten so much use out of this. I want to definitely thank you for these. These are one of the greatest things I've ever gotten on the show. It's really helped the show out quite a lot. Yeah, so usually this is where, right here, this is where I usually put stuff to talk about in the next episode type of thing, and some stuff over there to talk about, and some stuff over there to talk about. Yeah, let's just go around here. Okay, so here are the other shelves. This is a Neo Geo CD unit at the top, an Xbox One, a Wii U, And we got a bunch of special editions of games over here. Yeah, some of them, let's have a see. Let's just get a little closer in here. We got the official Street Fighter Anniversary arcade stick up there. I've had that for 10 plus years now. I love that. It's something you can hook up to the PlayStation 2 or Xbox, the original Xbox, and I love it. So I have a modded Xbox, and I have all my old arcade games on there, and I can play them with the fight sticks, which are just awesome. And yeah, here we go into some of this stuff. We got the Bravely Default Special Edition. Kim loves that game. She's a big, huge fan of it. I got the Gem box set over there. I got some 80s cartoons hiding in there. We got Saber Rider, Dungeons and Dragons. There's the G.I. Joe and Transformers box set. And the Ni no Kuni special edition that I got all those years ago. And the Street Fighter special edition there. And here's my small, very small Blade Runner collection. It's kind of being pushed to the side now. But yeah, it's hanging over there. There's a lot of the box sets going on. Stick of Truth happening here. The Gamester 81 video game. Check that out. And the Galaxy Rangers is above him. You're in good company, Gamester. And then we got the Mask box set and some of the Japanese Transformers. And there's the Hajin Ifune. That's an old classic MSX game and Master System game. Right over there in Space World Force, I talked about that. Wings of Oniamus. That's the box up there. This is really nice. So before we go anywhere, let's just have a look at some of these posters too. That's Resident Evil 3 going on here. And oh, look at that. There's Metal Gear 3. That's so funny. That's been up there for so many years. And we just kind of pan over, and there's Macross. Macross the movie. And then it's Growlancer. I love this guy's artwork. Let me say, he is a fantastic artist. And then we got Orange Road over there. And then people are like, whoa, no, you don't have that. It's like, yeah, I do. A Final Fantasy X2 or 10-2. I got Uner going on in there. I got that so many years ago, and I've just never taken it down. And it's part of the games room now. It is what it is. So anyway, we're back to here, and this is a lot of my older systems going on here. So we got some Super Famicom action. I'll just try to get out the light there. That's a problem with this games room. It's very hard to light and show everything because I kind of like everything in the darkness. You know, the 3DO, PC Engine, Saturn, PlayStation, couple of Nintendos, Sega CD going on there with a Master System on top, and then we got a couple of Super Nintendos, couple of PS2s. The reason why I have multiple systems is because some of these have died and I replaced them, and I didn't get rid of the old ones. We got a Neo Geo down here, and some Star Wars toys, and some Macross toys are in there as well, and we got a Fallen Over Alien here as well. Okay, so I'm going to back up here so we can see a little bit more. Oh, here's my Phantasy Star collection. I like this a lot. So we start with Phantasy Star Portable. Rob got me that for me 7 years ago for Christmas. It's crazy. It's been that long already. And all the Japanese versions of Phantasy Star and some of the art books there and stuff like that. My Phantasy Star collection's spread all over the place, to be honest with you. It really, really is. We got Teddy going on over here. And here, I do have a few games. It's not too deep, but they're, you know, as I say, it's not a huge collection, but it's my collection. I do love it. They're all games that really do mean something to me. I'm very, such fond memories of, Goonies, Karnov, Bionic Commando. We got Dragon Warrior going on in there. Super Mario 3, Hogan's Alley. These are fantastic games. Baseball Stars. Yeah, a lot of meaning, a lot of stuff that really means a lot. And we just kind of zoom out here. Here's like my Blu-rays. This is a lot of my Blu-rays. A lot of movies I really, really love in here. They're all classic. A lot of Jackie Chan films. The original Batman movie, obviously. It's just all this stuff, Willow, and it's a lot of movies like that. It's all in, Precinct 13. The list goes on and on. Buckaroo Banzai, and these are just Enter the Dragon. Yeah, a lot of classics, and I'm going to kind of drop down again here. And here we go. Eternal Arcadia, Skies of Arcadia. This is a small little collection of that stuff that I have there. And these right here are all the games that got signed by Charles Martinet when he came over. And oh, here we go. Here's the Fatal Fury, Samurai Showdown, and World Heroes 2 Jet. And above it is Cyberlip and Ninja Combat. So I've been talking for a long time here. My words are going to go blah, blah. The TurboGrafx box and a couple of DSs on top. And down here is my PlayStation 2. And a lot of Japanese games, a lot of games I would love to talk about in the future. I plan on it. And okay, look at this. This is just ridiculous. I need to sort this out. These are all my controllers and stuff like that. Look at this big mess. Look at this. This is under everything. You know how this happens. It just taking things out, putting them back. I need to take it all out. Rob usually helps me with this, probably once every 6 years, and we'll tape everything. We'll do everything like this. Isn't this beautiful? This is the way it should be. Per controller. But over the years, this is such an active game room. It really is. It's one that I'm playing games in. I'm looking at games. I'm talking about games. It really is a fucking games room. It's used so much. It's amazing. So, yeah, here's a lot of the controllers and capture devices, and that's where the tripod usually is. And we got a PlayStation 4 there. That's for playing all the newest games. I got an Xbox One in the other room. Yeah, and here's the old TV. This is a pretty old TV now, actually, which is interesting. And to the right of it is just some random games and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think that's a pretty good. Let's just go from this angle, so we can all see what we're looking at here. This is the games room. It's a very active, used games room. It's something that I really enjoy being in, and I do a lot of. I don't know. I come in here sometimes. I just bring a beer on a night, and I just sit here and I think about really awesome memories about playing video games and all that kinds of stuff. It's really a positive thing for me. It's something I really enjoy. Some people have a car garage full of expensive cars. I got this stuff, and a lot of these video games that are on these shelves. I've had these for 25 years plus. A lot of them, and a lot of them were, being given to me by old friends who didn't want their collections anymore. And I got really good deals, like all the Neo Geo games. I got most of those for about $25 each, and we're talking like years ago, 10 plus years ago. So, yeah, it's a very, I'm trying to find the words for it. Like when I come here, it's a very comforting zone for me. It really is. It's a place where I can really relax and kind of get away from the stresses of life and just sit down and go, nostalgia. Isn't it a wonderful thing? So, guys, thank you so much for coming on a tour of my games room with me. Hopefully I was able to keep the camera a little bit steady for everything. And just hopefully you got a chance to see a little bit more of what's lurking around the corners here. Honestly, it would take so long to go through every single game. It would be like its own video game review into itself. I just thought I'd give you the highlight of some of the things that is around here. So, anyways, guys, thanks so much for checking it all out. Until next time.